In this specific position, white wins in only 2 moves. Can you find the sequence? Let me know in the comments. Hello and welcome to another puzzle where I show you how to do in such a simple position, which is in the same time so complicated. But what is the goal of the white or of the black? The main goal is to promote the pawn, the white on d8 or the black one to d1. But before we get to the solution, I think we have to understand what happens in this such a position. Position is called zugzwang. Whoever is on a move, it loses. And why? Because white is protecting his light square pawn and black is protecting his dark pawn. And let's say it's white on a move and he moves to f4, black is able to capture the pawn and able to promote. Same works on the opposite side. When black goes to b3, let's say, white is taking his pawn and he is winning. In general, it helped us to understand the position, and now we can look at the all white moves. Probably we can see that if king goes away from the pawn, the black's gonna easily come and take it. Let's say this is gonna happen, black is taking the pawn and it's losing. I mean the same works for g6, g5 and g4 in the same time. If we decide to play king e5, which is gonna be followed by king c4, as I showed you before, this is the position where the white loses again, because he needs to protect the pawn, and this e5 is the only square. We can't go to e5 to protect e4 to protect our pawn, because there's the king is gonna be under attack. So now one of the possible moves is king f4, after which we are losing the pawn and black is promoting. Let me jump back. So what about king f4 or king f6? Let's begin with king f4. Now you are probably thinking that the move king f4 is gonna be followed by the move king c4, and you play king e5, and in this position the black is on a move, has to leave the pawn, and you will win the position. But there is a problem. After a king f4 move, black is not gonna go directly for a pawn. He's gonna play king c3. And what the moves does, you need to protect your pawn, which is possible only from e5 or e3. Let's say you go to e3. Now the black is alright, he doesn't have any problems with his pawn is not under attack. It just jumps to the c4, and after king d2 and king takes d4, white is losing one more time, because in the end, black is gonna be able to promote the pawn. Another protection square, as I said before, is e5, which is more trickier, because it's in the same time protecting the pawn and attacking the pawn. But do you remember this position? Yeah, this is the same exact position we were talking in the beginning. King c4. White has to move, loses the pawn, and he's promoting one more time. So king f4 in the first position doesn't work. The same is gonna be more or less with the move king f6, after which black is not playing king c4 but playing king c3. And protection, king c4 in a position is white on a move, which means white is loses. Now it doesn't make sense to you, or maybe it started making sense. When white can't go there because of the pawn, he can't go to f4 because he's gonna lose, as I described, same with the f6. We have also described all these g escaping squares. This is the position which I was talking at the beginning. It makes the only winning move king e6. And why? Because now black is not allowed to play slowly king c3, attack the pawn. After king c3 he's losing the d5 pawn and white is promoting. He needs to go directly to the pawn to c4, and you go to e5, protect the pawn and attack the d pawn. We have the same position over and over again, but now it's not white on a move, now it's black on a move. He needs to escape, you take the pawn, and in a few moves you are promoting. Let him to try to go to the protection square, you're not gonna allow him to do anything, and you are promoting to a queen. If you are still watching, Don't forget to go below, hit the sub, and see you on the next puzzle.